where better would you want to be than here in Niantic?
A place where people come for the beach and stay for the books.
A world without a book to me would be not much of a world.
Where a family meal takes on a whole new meaning.
Nourish people's souls, and they're trusting me to do that.
And you'll never guess whose hands helped build this stage, from this little town to Wall Street.
Beaches, parks, recreation. All of it can be found in a small village on the edge of East Lyme, Connecticut.
Niantic. It's the only village in Connecticut that has its main street run right along Long Island Sound. It's not quite a hidden gem, but perhaps an understated one.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
Signs of spring frame barren trees. The warm sun calls fresh blooms to life. Spring plays host to winter's departure and summer's arrival. A perfect time to enjoy the spoils of the season.
When I retired at the end of 18, and people said, "What are you going to do when you retire?" And I said, "I'm staying home because of where I live."
Donna Palumbo grew up in Billerica, Massachusetts, but is 3 decades deep into this community. If Niantic is the bridge that connects the community of East Lyme to its easterly neighbor, Waterford, its mile-long boardwalk is the intersection that brings neighbors together.
How you doing this morning?
In the summer, downtown is pretty hustle and bustle, but it's sort of nice to see that families want to come here, and you see them walking, down with carriages with their kids, or seniors with families.
A first view for many begins at the Hole-in-the-Wall Beach, both a support system for commuter trains and a first glimpse of the bay. On a clear day, a crisp view of Long Island.
The beauty is just the water and
the scenery.
It's serene.
Americus Vicari arrived in Niantic like so many, by chance, or some might say, fate.
I had a client in New York, and one day he said, "Why don't you and your wife come to my place in Niantic?" And I said, "Where's Niantic?" We stayed overnight, and 2 weeks later I bought a house.
That was 2 decades ago. He and his partner, Jane Calkins, have seen many ebbs and flows here.
We have an expression, when you're General Regali, that means every day is a gift. Keep that in mind.
All right, we're open. Come on in.
They line up early to be the first inside. A literal literary line. Welcome to the Book Barn, the largest used bookstore in Connecticut.
Cases here are new arrivals that you see labeled.
A place with so many twists and turns, it gives a good thriller a run for its money. This quirky experience started in 1988 in a quaint barn on Main Street.
It all started in this small basement. You can still touch the ceiling with just a couch and 3 bookshelves.
But it would grow quickly.
We took over the upstairs at a certain point. We moved into a couple of the other buildings. We added a couple of buildings, and then the town told us to stop adding a couple of buildings, so we sort of got in trouble for pushing the envelope a little bit.
Today,
we probably have 350,000 books. Some people say more.
Books come, books go so quickly that owner Randy White doesn't really know for sure.
We will never have a database. We take in 10,000 books a week, and there's no way we could ever catalog that many books.
They sell and they buy.
We'll go with the check.
Used books roll in by the wagonful.
We used to be macho and try to carry all the books in, and then at a certain point it's like, wait a minute, there's wheels.
Sorted so fast, it makes you wonder what kind of novel approach they are using.
It's repetition, it's just what you see, it's a visual thing.
Howard Winehouse turned his first page here several years ago.
We came here and it was like, oh my God. So first of all, we left with 6,000 books.
He and his wife drive over an hour to sell books.
We are bringing books, but we're buying more anyway. I have to promise that I will give this away when I've read it.
Open 363 days a year with so many shelves, sheds, sidewalks full of endless titles, we wondered, what happens if it rains?
The rule here is we're second, the books are first.
Chuck Howard knows the deal. He's been working here for 33 years.
A world without a book to me would be not much of a world.
A forever widening world of wisdom, adventure, education. Along with the bookworms, there are carrot-munching goats and 2 resident cats, Cheese Puff, Shy Kitty.
Anything we can do to make a kid think a bookstore is the greatest thing ever is, you know, once you have them hooked, you've got them for life. You know, once you're a reader, you'll always be a reader.
Mission accomplished, Randy.
We just come here a lot during the summer because we love reading. And it's a really beautiful place.
Much like a good read, it's hard to keep track of time here.
How long do you spend when you come here?
Like maybe almost all day. 2 or 3 hours, I guess.
And Niantic's 1 mile boardwalk stretch, which you can see behind me, is actually one of the largest continuous stretches of public beach in Connecticut.
It serves as an educational opportunity as well. There are signs actually posted throughout the parking lot explaining some of the stormwater technologies that are used to help reduce pollution in Long Island Sound. So a little bit of something for everyone there.
All right.